Hello, my people. I'm back again with another one. Because why not? This is enjoyable. I like this. So yeah, I'm recording another one because I thought I want to remain consistent to this. Because I like the process and I feel like this would make me improve on skills that I've already got. So I thought, yeah, this one was about, I wanted to make some kind of, let's just get to it, right? But this, I just wanted to make some kind of inspirational kind of quote / message. But I found this to be a bit tricky because you'll see later on, but I've struggled a little bit to find the wording or the copy that I wanted in it. But I knew I had in my mind that I wanted some kind of spatial like thing, whether there was some kind of light, some kind of color, some kind of mysterious, vast. I wanted to showcase kind of space somehow, and I guess the quote would kind of reflect that. But yeah, I started off by picking this image of this little astronaut guy. I thought it'd be cool to have him like really tiny, just to show how somewhat insignificant we are and how small. Again, this quite a debatable topic, but like we are kind of small. So I thought, yeah, let me showcase how small we are, and the quote would reflect that in the sense that everything is a much bigger than we are, kind of thing. But at the same time, we can do anything we want. I don't know. I was in a bit, again, I start most of my posters like this. I don't really have a thought in mind. I have one thought and then I just kind of roll with the punches. It might be that it doesn't end up how I want it to. A lot of the time it doesn't. It kind of just flows, which I love, to be fair. But you'll see that I start in a way. I start with the heavy text at the top, heavy text at the bottom, because that's how I thought it was going to end up. But as you've seen the thumbnail and the final poster, again, skip to the end so you see what the poster looks like, and then come back to see the process, just to see how I ended up here. That's how I would look at it. That's how I would see. That's how I would enjoy a video like this. But if you don't, sure, whatever you please. But yes, the mind is everything, eh? And everything is the mind. I was trying to showcase that how we are very small, even though we're very small with the little astronaut guy. The mind and the brain is everything. We can control. I say control, but we can control as much as we'd like to control, to a certain extent. How we can mold our lives into being whatever we want it to be. Even though it might not seem possible. I was playing around with this little thing. I don't know what they're called. To be fair, this jet plane thing, ended up deleting it because I couldn't find a place on it. And less is more a lot of the time. This is where the color comes in, the mysterious / eeriness gradient thing I wanted to play with. I didn't really know what to do with it, to be honest, but I know I wanted it in it. I'm adding some black here because I thought that the earth line there was too harsh. So I thought, let me add some of that. And then that gave me an idea, because I was thinking, wow, this reminds you of those lights, those aurora lights, whatever they're called. But I thought, wow, let me try and make them then, so I tried to liquefy that and then play around with the hues. Make it somewhat purpley bluish kind of color. But yeah, again, this was not intentional. I did not mean to do this. This was just going to be like a background color. Leave it in the back. Leave it in the back. And that's it. But then it became something more kind of subtle and flowy, which I like. I end up liking this more than the original idea, but then I still will want to use that other idea for another poster though in the future. But yeah, I ended up picking this color, I think it was. because I quite enjoyed that. Maybe I could have made that a little bit darker and then accentuated some bits. But yeah, I tried to make it more spacey by adding some stars to it. Every now and again, like I didn't add too many. I didn't want it to be overpowering, so I just added a layer mask and then deleted some with the brush. But yeah, at the time, I'm still thinking about the background. I know very much so as I'm making this that I do not want this text to be what it is. The mind is everything. Everything is the mind. I do want to have some kind of repeat of the titles in that sense, so you flip them. But this wasn't it. It's going to be for another. That's another poster, another idea for later. But I was quite enjoying this. It's still not better than the other one I did last time, or the video I did for it. I still have done more posters, but the video I've done, the brain is buffering one, I quite enjoy that one a lot more, I think. Oh, here it is. This is where I start to explore the text. It took me some time. I mean, you'll see that this is sped up, so it might not take as long, but yeah, I was flipping between applications here because I was thinking about the quote, looking at different quotes, and then I just started to explore. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because I'm just going back and forth. I'm not actually coming up with any solution. But like I said, I think if you've seen the previous video, I talk a bit about trial and error, and I think it's worth failing to get to where you want to be, you know. And the more it's a tough one because this is a dilemma kind of sentence. But the more you kind of tweak your design, the less finished it becomes, you know. And then you're just kind of going back and forth between ideas, and then you're never actually happy with it. So, and this is what I think happened in the end. You'll see. I'll try and remember this, but I'll share the thought that I had as I reached the end of this. I did not think that it was as finished as it could have been, you know. But we need to move on. We need to make a poster and then make another one, and, you know, we can't be still on the same one. This is the problem that I tend to have quite a lot of the times, is that I tend to create a poster and then I'm happy with it, and then I go, oh, let's create another one, and then end up taking ages on that one because I think, oh, I don't know, it's got to be perfect because the other one I really liked, and I've got to really like this one. But you know, I'm trying to look at it from an outside perspective because every poster is not everyone's cup of tea, and that should apply to me too, the creator, you know. But yeah, this is where I was kind of exploring. I wanted some kind of name there. It would be kind of cool to pinpoint something. It might not even necessarily been a name because I think I explored just having just a human representing something, not exactly a name. But I thought this looked quite cool. Took some time to reflect on it, obviously. But I thought that looked quite cool. Didn't keep it in the end. So maybe it's an idea for another. We live in a world of giants. I quite like this idea, and I explored it a little bit because I liked how small we were, and yet, you know, we kind of rule this world, you know, we kind of run it a little bit, which is cool because we're kind of overseeing it, so much so that we're leaving it and going to different places. But again, the idea didn't stick. It was a try and fail. But that's cool. I'm happy with how it turned out. Wasn't really a fan of this giants bit. But yes, I rambled on. Let me know if I rambled on too much, actually, because to whoever may be watching, you know, I could go more in depth onto what it is I'm doing, maybe slow down the video, but I just want to make like a quick, however long video, because I don't know how long this is going to be yet. But just talking about briefly how I went through it. And then I know that I kind of go off track sometimes, and I'm just talking about nonsense or whatever it is, rambling, yapping. And then, yeah, this happened. I went back to the mind bit. The mind is everything. It was in my mind, that one, clearly. And then, like I said, I didn't want the little person there to be a person itself. Maybe I represented something. But yeah, I can get quite what's the word I'm looking for? Quite like there's a word. Like I'm just trying to I'm just trying to kind of be mystical. That's a better word for this. But metaphors is what I try to create a lot of the time. When really it's just like, maybe just be simple. You know? But then again, fuck it, I do whatever I want to. It's not about people being able to understand the poster. I'm just creating something I want to create, and then so be it, I guess. But yeah, this is me exploring the mind is everything again, making the mind bigger, as big as it can be, because again, it controls everything, is overrunning the world. It's me being conceptual again. But I got rid of the name, as you see. They're not like that. The Mind or Caroline, whatever it is. But yeah, no, I'm just still figuring out what other text I could have on this, because this is still in it. I've tried exploring it. It's just failing. I'm not happy with it. So I think... Oh, I took a break here, didn't I? I wonder if everyone kind of has this process of failing a lot of the time, or do they plan things a lot before doing it? But yeah, I started then centralizing the text because I think I quite enjoyed the way that looked. And this is where it came from. I wanted to first cover the whole poster, really. I don't know if I still do, actually. I don't know if it would have looked best if I had some kind of copy in there that covered the whole poster. But in the end, again, it didn't turn out that way. This is me thinking, again, I'm going back and forth. Yeah. Where what? Oh, actually, I remember. Sorry, I did this like 2 days ago or yesterday. But I think I was thinking about where. Like, what is our purpose? Or where is our home? Or something like that. You know? Since the whole astronaut guy is all lost and whatnot. Completely lost. Because if you're out there like that, you're gone. You're done for, aren't you? There's no cable, no ship, no whatever, nothing. You're just floating. We live in a world of constant confusion, eh? I think I had something in mind before that. It was where is my home? Something like that, yeah. We live in a world of constant confusion. I mean, I still agree on this statement, to be fair, because no one really knows. We're all lost. We don't really know what we're doing. Oh, and most of us are lost. That's where that then came from. Searching for answers we cannot find. And there you go. That's the copy. And then I was thinking, do I middle it? No, let's bring it up. Leave the world out of it. Searching for answers we cannot find. Yeah, I like this one. I mean, it's probably more profound than it should have been. You know? I like making all kinds of posters, really. Some kind of fun ones, but this one seemed quite deep, but like, isn't life just, you know? It can be, it can't be. It can be whatever you want it to be. So I thought, yeah, me kerning it, making sure that there's decent gaps in between everything. But this was me this is an example of this, of where I was like, it could have been simpler than this, but I thought, what if I moved the find a little bit, or even not even just the find, but I moved some of the copy around. We cannot find, and because it's all in the space and stuff, I wanted to kind of get rid of gravity, so it's all kind of going everywhere, right? So it's not tight in place, but also make the find lost. So it's starting to lose the letters, you know, blah blah blah. Makes sense, I guess, if you think of it. But this was some trial and error that didn't really work out. You see that I play around with, I will be in a second here, play around with some of the letters that didn't really look quite as good as I wanted it to, like this, when I start playing with it, we cannot, and then the 4 answers, I started losing it. I don't know what it was, but I needed to try it though, but it didn't really suit. I think the find is cool because it's hidden, makes sense with what I'm saying, but then apart from that, Yeah, I don't know. Tried moving everything slightly to the right or to the left. I wanted to initially start off quite rigid and then loosen up. I need to figure out how to do that properly because I'm sure I'm going to want to use this in the future because I don't want to always have the text all like straight and proper. You know, I want it to have some fluidity to some degree. But yeah, I mean, we're getting to the end here, I think. There's not much more to this apart from me then adding a little texture, and I wonder what a gradient would have looked like on here. You know, could have looked quite cool potentially. But yeah, this is just me kind of hiding the find, adding a bit of shadows. Something very subtle, nothing crazy. Then adding a texture and a grain. Because the grain always looks quite nice when you add it to a poster. I add it to a lot of them, probably most. In some kind of way. It might not be like on top of everything like I have here, but a lot of the time I add one. But yeah, I also wonder, so this is the thought that I had actually, is what if I'd written this following the curvature of the earth? I think that would have looked quite cool, I must say. But yeah, 20th poster, this is it. This is done. I hope you like this one. Not a lot to say about it really. I feel like I rambled on about different things more than a poster, but it is what it is. I hope you like this one and let me know your thoughts on it. Love.